Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 19 of the Abundance Show. And for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, it's 12th of the 12th. And today I have my beautiful friend, Beth Elaine Haynes, who will be channeling whatever's coming through for her, as she says, it's such an important day. The Abundance Show is something I started to help people become to become more abundant. So we're talking about the importance of loving ourselves, what I call love yourself into abundance, so you can walk that freedom lifestyle. And we always start the show with a card. And the card that I drew this morning was one of my favorites. Also, it matches my hair, which I think is pretty neat. Is the passion card. The message on the card is when you follow the path of your heart, the flame of passion will light up your life. And I feel it's really appropriate at with this sort of we did a show yesterday with my friend numerologist Bobby, and it was so such a powerful show because we were doing it here in Australia at 12 on the 12th of the 12th, and I think we had some glitches. We actually ended up going live at 12:12 at 12 minutes past 12. So the energy on that show. So I feel this is a really amazing follow on. So welcome, Beth. And I should tell people that this is their second appearance on the show. But in 2020, Beth will be here as a regular guest. Might vary some months, but we're looking at, I think, the last Friday of each month. So it will be really powerful because what I'm seeing, well, this is just what I've heard now, that we'll be able to pull the months together and help people move into the next month. So take it away, Beth, while I go and do some sharing.
Thank you so very much, Susie. Yes, absolutely. At it's a miraculous time, actually, energetically, universally, and galactically, because of all the shifts. We've also got, I mean, other than the 12, 12, 12, 12 gateway, it was a triple three too,
Yes.
because 12 and 12 and 12 are 333, which is the connection to the Christ consciousness and the crystalline grid of the Christ energy. It's it's a bit overwhelming, actually. You know, there's just so many magical opportunities at the moment for us to really, one, upgrade your genetic profile, your youth and vitality gene, your genetics are being upgraded as we speak energetically by the downloads from the universe, by the shift in the energy, by the light that's coming through, by all these unseen energies and entities, the shifts in the earth, the the moon, the stars. Whether we like it or not, we are growing exponentially. Whether we like it or not, our mindset is being shifted. Whether we like it or not, things that no longer serve us will become quite confrontational for a lot of people because it's pushing us, it's pushing us, it's pulling us, it's opening its arms to us to step into our mastery. Next year we go into the 2020 energetic profile, and it's so exciting because this is when you get to shut the door on a decade of misdemeanors, of learning, because there's no mistakes, but it's a mistake. So you get you get
Fascinating.
yeah, so it's like when you're doing a movie and you go take two, take three, you know, you might be up to take 22 on the same subject if you're not taking in the learning. So it is the most opportune time at the moment to become abundant mind, body, and spirit by really, truly sitting in your honesty, really, truly listening to your heart, really, truly honoring you, above everything and anyone else. That's the biggest message I feel that people need to take on board at this moment and for the next decade. It is to sit with yourself on Mother Earth, plant your sitting bones into this magnificent consciousness that is upgraded continuously by our universe and our galactic light and shifts and just the intelligence that's coming through us from the dimensions, for you to sit with it and feel it and absorb it and allow yourself to grow exponentially.
Wow, that that just sounds so powerful, Beth. And I mean, the fact that you're saying that my DNA is changing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never explored into that sort of depth of the universe.
Yeah, well, we're made from the universe.
We
We're
are.
part of the universe. And when the universe upgrades, it upgrades us.
Right.
And
Okay.
if you, I had a live, a master activation on the 12th of the 12th at 12 past 12 a.m.
I,
And
I saw
actually,
it. I saw it. I saw it. I thought I won't be awake.
well, everyone, I think there was only one person that didn't join in. Everyone all around Australia that participated in Tasmania and Victoria, New South Wales. Yeah, they all set their alarms and got up and went out and laid in paddocks and had gatherings. And
Oh wow! Oh, you mean I've
yeah,
just gone down to the beach at 12 minutes past 12 and gone to my favourite place?
well, it was raining here, so I was glad I was outside, but I was undercover. But our DNA is constantly upgraded by the universe. And that's when you're feeling tired, when you're feeling aggressive, when you don't quite understand what's happening, when there's a shift in your mindset, all these things, when all of a sudden you sort of think, oh, what is wrong with me? You might look at, and there's been, an eclipse. There could have been solar flares. There could have been polar winds. There could have been all these amazing things that send through uh, light, plutonic light, photonic light, where we get our consciousness from.
Amazing. I can see on this show every month, I'm going to be learning a lot more about me.
Polar winds. There could have been all these amazing things that send through light, plutonic light.
Wait a minute, sorry, I started
photonic light.
Yeah.
Where we get our consciousness from.
Sorry about that. I'm back again. I started a watch party on my page. So just before we go on, I just want to say to people, say hello as you're coming on. The focus today is on my Facebook page, and I will be. So you can just say hello, say where you're from, and we will be taking some questions and as we go. So if anybody has questions from what Beth's been saying, because I'm absolutely fascinated. I feel like part of my brain's about to be wider open. Um, and it's interesting because I've been doing a lot of Joe Dispenza work as well. So that's tapping into my pineal gland and things a lot more than I think I was before.
Yeah, he's an amazing light worker. He's a way seer. I do like his work. I don't watch many other people work, to be honest. But when I do, I really enjoy him. He's an amazing, I guess, colleague, light worker, way seer, a man who's embraced in the consciousness of our universe, which is, where I have based, I guess, myself almost all my life, because it's just where I am.
Yeah, I think he is from. He really is raising the consciousness. I believe of
Mm,
so many people, and
mm,
the healings that are taking place. I find a bit mind blowing, actually. Some of them. It's just where
mm,
people have
mm,
tried so many other ways, and through
mm. And see,
meditation.
there's the point there. That's
Yeah,
exactly it. Uh, I don't use the word try in my vocabulary,
no.
and you'll see people that uh, when you know that somebody hasn't had any, I guess, uh, when a modality hasn't clicked with you, when a learning hasn't clicked with you, when something hasn't worked for you, then it hasn't been your time.
Mm.
You haven't, you know, the universe is constantly working for us, and people need to embrace that the universe works for us, and that we are all like a spiral at different levels of our evolution, and that's perfectly fine because we all evolve at our own pace. But in that moment of listening, in that moment of embracing what is happening for you, that's where your evolution begins. That's where your ascension begins. That's where your abundance begins, because you're trusting your relationship with the universe, and that it will be, and then it speeds. So then you're in a vortex of elevation, of evolution, of your soul's passion and purpose. When you align yourself to the integrity of the honesty that you have with what the universe is bringing for you.
That is really, really powerful. And
Mm-hmm.
you picked me up on using the word try. As I said, yoga
Mm-hmm.
says there is no try. Um, yeah, and it's something Des often says, I teach other people not to do it, but I forget about it myself. Um,
Yeah.
and that thing of saying the universe works for us,
Mm.
and it helps us with our abundance. It helps
Yeah.
us with knowing we are enough, which is what I've been talking a lot about, particularly in
Yeah.
a challenge that Beth and I have been doing at the moment with Melissa Groom. And I've been amazed about there are still so many people who don't believe that they are enough.
Mm.
And when we do that, that's blocking. We're not listening to the universe. We're not trusting what I call my intuition, my heart whispers.
Mm.
That's right.
Unfortunately, um, Susie, we are victims in lots of ways, and I don't mean, until we learn to trust the inner dialogue,
Mm,
until we learn to trust our spirituality, which is our physical body,
mm.
we're we're at the mercy of our genetic profile. We're at the mercy of our parenting. We're at the mercy of our tribe. We're at the mercy of what we need to elevate above. Because remember, our tribe, where we work, where we're positioned in the world, is a offering to us to learn and grow and prosper, and not use the world and our family as a reason or as an excuse, but to rise above what they offer, or to be embraced by what they give us. Uh, every opportunity, our genetic profile, our family, our friends, our associations, they all come to us with information that brings out of us a greater aspect of who we are. And so every person that comes into our life is a teacher. Every person, every association gives us something, that another aspect of who we are, of our humanity, and allows us to become a greater vessel of light. Yeah, because there's no. I heard something say yesterday about uh, the yin and the yang, and how they're in perfect balance, and there's white and there's dark, there's black and there's white. And somebody said something about, I forget who it was, but it made me really think, and it's so true. There's no black and there's no white, there's just living.
That, yeah. And also, it's that just what came to me was, if we take the rainbow and
Yep.
we spin it together, we get
Yep.
one. We
Yeah,
just
we
get
do.
one. and I should say greater vessel of light. But so I wonder what people are feeling. I mean, I feel I am a vessel of light. I feel that I have a message that lights the world up. It lights me up. You have, what you're sharing today is about what I'm already taking from this, and I hope other people are, is that really trusting your inner dialogue, because it's the inner dialogue that we um, that can go round and round and round, and we can do the same thing every day. But if we learn to trust it, then we can begin to walk a different path.
Well, sometimes our inner dialogue is our greatest challenge, Susie, because I call it, sometimes the mind chatter is the challenge. Sometimes I call it the itty bitty shitty committee. That
And, I think that is wonderful. I had one of those this morning on meditation because I was thinking of, instead of just being focused on the meditation, I had the mind chatter was coming in. That's
yeah,
really good. Yeah, I think that's wonderful. The itty bitty shitty
shitty committee.
committee. I think that is wonderful. And
Yeah, I heard that from a friend once, and I thought I'm going to borrow that, and I've used it ever since. So,
I think it's wonderful.
yeah, a dear friend Louise. That's the first time I heard it, and I've used it ever since. So, but it is right, because it distracts us, because our mind is our ego, and our ego is not a dirty word. Our ego is a teacher that helps us understand a greater aspect of what we need to learn at this point in time. If something's going round and round and round in your head, you need to sit with it. You need to look at it. You need to embrace it. You need to say, okay, what's the message here? What's the learning here? What are you wanting to teach me about myself? Where do I need to go with this? And sometimes it can be words unspoken. Sometimes it can be pain undigested. Sometimes it can be something that you really, really want to achieve. And it'll stay there until you action it, until you listen to it. Otherwise, it will just take over and keep you in this loop of procrastination, of self punishment, of fear, of pain, of resentment, until we heal the situation, listen to the situation, move through the situation, dialogue the situation, or forgive the situation, it stays there. And that blocks us. That blocks us. That blocks us from anything new coming in. I have an analogy that I talk to my clients about. I'm trying to make a fist here. There we go. I can't do it. The camera's funny. Anyway, so if you make
Oh,
it
oh, sorry, just to tell you, yeah, the camera, somebody found this the other day. The camera's on a reverse. Like, so this is sitting, those pictures are sitting here, but on my place, they're actually over there. So
it's
it's
funny, isn't
to
it? Yeah.
do with, yeah, apparently you know why it reverses? Because it
Because it's a
means,
camera.
yeah, and also it means if you're holding a book up or you're holding a card, it's showing everything the correct way. It's just the wrong
Oh,
way.
that's clever.
It
That's
well, I
clever.
think it's. I've just. This is our fourth show on here, and I'm still on the free version of StreamYard, but I'm really impressed because
Yeah.
what we would be at once, if I look at the paid version, we could stream in here and be live streaming in YouTube as well. So
Wow, that's
at the
amazing.
same time, so I think it's something that we're going to sort of look
I'm
at.
just glad I found the app, Susie.
Anyway, it's all right. The next time it'll be easy if you don't come down for a walk on the beach.
Yeah, because I'm doing a bit of traveling next year.
Uh-huh.
But what I was saying was that when there's something and it's closed, nothing can get in and nothing can be released, and there's no expansion and there's no freedom. So when you're tight in thought, it causes tightness in your body. And when you're holding on to something really tight, that when it starts to hurt. So it hurts you emotionally, it hurts you physically, and it prevents anything else from being able to come in. So when you release it, when you forgive it, when you forget it, when you deal with it, then the space is free for more abundance. It's free for more thought. It's your heart's open to more love.
Mm.
And that's the power of forgiveness. That's the power of discussion. That's the power of releasing and surrendering.
So that comes into this something that I had mentioned on the beach that I don't know, I was just drawn to think about was as we're coming to the close of 2019 and moving to 2020, there are a lot of people still holding
Yeah.
on to things, hoping, hoping and holding on and thinking, oh, the new year, it'll all be better. But what I'm feeling is, and I know I've still got things to do, we've got to, and I think I think good morning, Kay. I think Kay and I had that discussion of letting go, or she did a video on letting go, and I said this. So I still have some physical things to let go of. I have some mental and emotional things to get go of, and I really have some digital clutter to just say goodbye to,
Yeah.
because this week I embarked on a whole new mentorship program with a most amazing woman. And I also won I didn't really sort of, at the weekend, I didn't go to something, but so I went to it live online. And I won a 8,250 sales and speaking package in March, a 9-day training with a guy called Jeffrey Slater. And
Congratulations.
I know, but it was I've met him recently, but I didn't go because I didn't want to sit in air conditioning, and I thought, oh well, I'd wanted to win it, but I thought, oh well, I'm not there, I'm not going to be in the room, and I thought, oh well, maybe Des can win it, but because I put it out there and shared because I was on the live stream, which I only just found out he was doing, I was here watching when he said he looked at it, he was given this card, and he looked at it and he said, oh, this is good. Then that was Suzie Cheel. And Des said half the room went up. I was I was over the moon. So I sort of feel like the universe is saying to me, let go, because look what's coming in, because you started to trust and to
Oh,
change
absolutely.
how
Absolutely.
I'm thinking. And I mean, you and I talked about that when we first walked on the beach.
Mm.
On the last show, Beth shared her amazing Mercedes story and
Yeah.
also your money story and things.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot more, like this
That's the
concentration,
embodiment.
yeah,
Embodiment of
embodying.
embodying what it is now that you want. Embodying and living as if it is happening. And it just magically works. I just couldn't believe it. And it's still working, by the way, Susie, just so you know.
How you are. So yeah.
Yeah. It's going really well. Mm.
What was
I think what you're saying there is very true, and we're still in the moon at the moment has several names. It's the cold moon, it's the longest moon, and it is there's another one I can't quite remember what that one is. Oh, it's the Yule moon. So
what was that last one?
the Yule moon, Christmas moon.
Oh, Christmas moon. Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, but it's the night. It's the moon of the longest night. The indigenous people believe that it's the moon of the longest night because their seasons change. You've got at the moment you've got a decade change. We're still in the energy of that, obviously, because the Northern Territory, the Northern Hemisphere is just in the 12-12 activation. So my suggestion to everybody would be to sit down in peace and quiet, maybe put some nice music on, meditate, or just allow their thoughts to present themselves to them. And think about mind, body, spirit, consciousness, and heart. What it is that you want to create for yourself and what it is that no longer serves you. And write it on some paper, write it in a video or whatever, and then delete it or burn it or whatever you want to do. Now's a really good time to smudge all your phones, to smudge all your electronic appliances, to clear any debris out of them, as you were saying, electronically as well. We need to cleanse what we work with. And now with modern times, we work with our computers, we work with our telephones, all these sort of things. So it would be a really good time to do all the cleansing there before you go into the 2020 mindset and the 2020 vibration of mastery, which is next year. And start off with baby steps. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just say you want to be doing this by this and achieve this by this, and set milestones of celebration. Achievable goals is always the best way to make progress. Baby steps. Because once you get past those first 4 or 5 or 6 months, then you start going to momentum, and then you can go into tipping point. And by the end of the year, you've achieved your goal.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, because I love that thing of letting go. And this was, you saw that youth channel.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. And this, I haven't got a clue which one's which, because you do it, because I wrote them all down, and then you do the drawing with your eyes closed, imagining that. And I'm looking at doing a workshop with this, so that I can share this with people, how they can have a different sort of a vision board where you're not looking exactly at the pictures.
Yeah, it feels like what you're doing there is is that 12? Is it for 12 months with that, Suzie? Is there 12 colours there? Is it 12 squares?
No, there was 16. There was 16, okay. Because what I did was, the exercise was to write down whatever you wanted to manifest. So I'd written a list out, and then I did all these paintings, and then I went and bought a new gold pen, and I thought, so I picked one up and I looked at the list of what it was. One of them's a house, one of them's money, one of them's clients. But I closed my eyes, and then they said not to remember. So one of the things that I was looking for has already manifested.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, so it was, so it's, I don't know, it's an experiment for me. And I'm on a summit in January, and somebody wants me to talk about, different ways of doing vision boards rather than, just cutting the pictures out of the magazines and stuff.
So would you say, like, to me, I look at that, and I've seen it before because I've been in your home, but I look at that and I don't think I ever gave you my interpretation of that. See, to me,
you gave me some interpretations of some of the pictures, because I was just in the process of painting the pictures at the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And then some of them were energy, communication.
Yeah, because what you're doing, Suzie, when you did that, whether you realise it or not, is you're downloading light codes.
So
you're downloading light codes, and vibrationally, they have a specific vibration of your creation and a manifestation.
And you know what just came to me then? These might be the new might be new cards rather than hearts.
Yeah. If you were to channel the meaning of the light codes, I mean, I can read light language. That way I was able to tell you what they were, because I can read it. I feel the vibration of it. So then you'd be able to make a deck of cards from the light codes, because that's what they are.
Right. And they come through to me in my colours.
Yeah, because the channel messages from your team, from Source.
Yeah, and then in the and then within the symbols that come through.
Yeah.
So I've just noticed we seem to have quite a few people on my got quite a few people on who are watching this on my Suzie Cheel profile. Um,
Lovely.
yeah, the
Hello,
balloon.
everybody.
Hi, yeah, everybody there. So I want to go back to this close fist, this
Okay.
the people holding on. So this
Yep.
is how we were going to have a look at blocking your own abundance.
Yep.
So when you're holding on to, oh, I can't let that go, or I'm not good enough, or whatever else, you're pushing away that receiving.
Yeah, you are.
You're
Well, if
not
you're not so,
allowing yourself
yeah, you
to
are.
receive.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do that to your own detriment. Honestly, forgiveness is freedom. Forgiveness is
Yes,
freedom
it is.
to your own creativity. Forgiveness is your freedom to moving on. When you are holding on to something that no longer serves you, or to an emotion or a person or a pain or a place or a miss, because people do wrong things to us, unfortunately. There's that whole space, that whole part of you is impacted upon, because that's when you'll create dis-ease in your body, because if it's an
Mhm.
emotion, if it's a heart pain, if it's a physical pain from an injury, Louise Hayes, You Can Heal Your Life, it's all about holding on to emotions that no longer serve us, and how they manifest in our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual body as pain. And there's freedom. The freedom comes from releasing that, because then there's room in your life, in your world, to take in and be abundant, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Nothing can get into that. There's no oxygen. There's nothing that can be sustained in there, because you're holding on to something that obviously no longer serves you.
Mm, mm. But
Every day
how?
is yeah. Every day is a miracle.
Mm.
Every
And
day of your life is
I've
it's a
done it.
miracle of
Yeah.
manifestation.
And I've done it. You've done it. We've both
Oh,
had,
absolutely.
we've both had autoimmune diseases. I mean,
Yeah.
I've nearly died because I wasn't. I thought I had to do something. I think I thought I had to walk a different path because I'd done all this study. So because I trained as a law of attraction facilitator and trainer and things, I thought that was my path because that's about what I was doing. But that wasn't my path. Opening hearts is my path.
Yeah.
In
And
that
it
way.
can be low self-esteem as well,
Yeah.
low self-worth,
Mm.
low self-esteem, not being confident as yourself as a human being at the mercy of other people's cruelty, because you haven't got the inner strength and resolve to stand up for yourself. And that's what I said before. We are the product of our environment as well, how we were raised as children, whether we were bullied, whether we were embraced, whether we were led to be confident and being told that we can go out and the world is our oyster, and that's in our genetic profile. Our core belief, our historic belief, our soul belief, and our genetic belief. So there's so many other aspects of who we are that impact on not being able to let go, because it's historically something that we've known by our family, by our friends, by what we've been taught. It's something that we've seen from birth until now, and we think, well, that's how things must be, because that's what happened to Auntie Fred or Uncle George or Mum or
Mm.
Dad or Cousin
Or
Bertram.
in our family, that's what happens in our family. They've died
Yeah,
of
so
heart attack or whatever else. I mean,
yeah,
I always feel very blessed. My mother didn't always approve of everything I did. She would have liked me to walk maybe a straight. She used to say anything to be different. But I used to say to her, "But you brought me up to be this unique individual, to be able to walk my own path and to do things differently." And my
see,
brother always.
I never had any opposition to my journey ever from either of my parents. I've only ever been loved and embraced,
Mm,
all whenever.
we are
That's just
so
I
blessed
was very blessed.
because
Yeah.
there are so many people who haven't had.
Yeah, I didn't have that from the wider public. I didn't have that. I didn't have that from a lot of other people, because when you're a born psychic medium, when you can see and hear and know, and you're also a psychic and things like this, and you've been seeing since you're a wee child, it was just part of who I was. It wasn't something that was different to me ever. It never has been. It's never been a public. It's never been because it was who I am. I didn't learn to be how I am. I didn't study to be a psychic. I didn't study to be a medium. I didn't study to be an energy healer, although I learned how to do Reiki. The gifts that I have been with me since I was born. And we all have those capabilities. And that's where people let fear hold them back from being in alignment with their ability to be their most magnificent. And that's where social understanding, social conditioning comes in as well. A lot of people hold themselves up because of social conditioning. We aren't any of that. We're light, we're magnificent. And I'm 62 years old now, and it's taking me a long time to realize that I just don't have to make ends meet. I just don't have to have enough, that I deserve abundance and I can have it and welcome it into my life. And everyone needs, if
We
you get the whole
all
world,
can all do it.
yeah, and
We
you
can
just want to
all
share that.
believe it. But we do
You just want to
need
share that with everyone. You just want to
it.
share that with everyone, because we're all here to be our greatest potential. We're all here to be magnificently abundant. And it's the mindset to which we have been conditioned to that prevents us. So changing your mind and your unconscious programming into conscious beliefs is one of the greatest way that you can see yourself forward.
I love that. We are all here to be magnificently abundant. So I want
Yeah.
to ask, or I've just popped over to my page here. I've just seen a friend of mine, Nancy, who lives in Chicago, who I met doing the Law of Attraction course back in
Oh, lovely.
2002 on here. Hi, Joanne. I'm just looking at a few other people who are here. If you want to ask a question, hi, Vicky. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Dawn. Hamako. Some new people here. Hi, Paula. If anybody has a question they would like to ask us, or is there something that has come up during, the Beth's amazing wisdom that she has been sharing here, that now, wow, if I let go of that, if I, you know, unclutched, let go of the what ifs, I knew I was enough. How might your life change?
Exponentially.
I know, absolutely. Well, I mean, as we're both finding, our lives are changing as we are embodying who we want to become and what we want to attract into our lives. And it's very, very exciting. I believe it's a really, really exciting time. And think of all of you who are so much younger than Beth, I will be on the 24th of December, I will be
This
71.
month.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a Christmas babe. Um, I will actually be 71. So we've got 71 and you're what, 62?
Yeah.
And we are exploring new ways of being. There's a lot of people who I know on my page who are in your 20s and 30s. The world is your oyster. Embody what it is that you want. Learn to know you are enough. And
Mm.
on the Know You're Enough, I'm just going to do a little promo on this show. I will put the link in. Come and join us in BU Become Abundant, because next week I'm just going to do 3 days of You Are Enough and give you some simple tools, do a meditation, a live meditation with you and things, so that you can then get more confidence in embracing the magic of who you are and becoming, as Beth said, magnificently abundant. I think that's amazing. I love that. I'm going to use that in a post.
Oh, please do.
So, does anybody have the people on my profile need to come over to Suzie Cheel Inspires? It's click it at the top of the page there. Where because that's where I can see all the questions. Now we can do Facebook.
And it doesn't matter what stage of life you're at. You know, we all have challenges. There's always going to be something that comes along to challenge our faith in humanity, our faith in the system, our faith in politics, and even there, trust you above everything else. Trust how you feel. Honor the truth that's yours. And you know, there's always going to be challenges because the universe is always wanting the best from you. It's always wanting you to make the best decisions for yourself. So it's not that um, life will become better and richer, but challenges don't disappear because we're perpetually growing, we're perpetually evolving. Yeah, I have a closed group starting on the 1st of January 2020, and it's your claim your mastery mindset for 2020. And I think that's going to be an amazing opportunity for people to look at their mind, body, spirit, consciousness as well, because we are all the vessel of our consciousness, and through our mindset, our physical relationship, our spirituality, and the totality of our consciousness, because that's what we are. We're conscious beings here on earth, making manifest the best life experience that we possibly can be. The more aligned we are in our truth and our integrity, the greater experience we can enjoy here.
It's exciting. I mean, it is. I feel in here like a bit of bursting. I feel really excited for what is coming,
Mm.
um, and a lot of it I've put in. I've started, as you say, I've started to embody it, so I can feel it. And what's happening then is, all the monkey mind and things is less.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Good. That's excellent. That's
Mm.
excellent because when you let go of the outcome, there's freedom in that as well. Because you're not in the future worrying about what you're going to have come in because you've embodied it and you're walking into it. You are it. You are the vessel.
I know, and it's interesting, isn't it? And I learned that from Joe Spencer. Are you living your past? Des was saying,
Exactly.
Des was saying to me, you're living your past because we thought where we're living at the moment, we were helping some friends out, and they were coming back from Sydney on the 1st of February, and we're not quite ready to move, or we've got a lot of
No.
other things going. And so I've always been thinking they would be there longer. But on Tuesday, we got the text message saying, would we might have to stay another 3 months or longer, but at the moment, 3 months. Would you consider staying on until May? I mean, we've been putting out for this where it is manifested.
Yeah.
We've got, it's another almost 4.5 months. By which stage we want to be in a very different position. So it's sort of like, yeah, the universe opened up and gave us that space, and also Mother Nature in some ways has given us time. It means we won't spend Christmas with our family, but we just decided not to hit the road and drive down through bushfires and that because my brother lives at the other end of New South Wales. So we're going down after all this is over in February, which will be really
Nice.
nice when it's not the crazy time.
Yeah.
And we live somewhere so beautiful to be able to spend, we don't very often spend Christmas here because we normally go to family. So yeah, so it's interesting just how things open up, and it works in really well for what's going
Beautiful.
on.
Divine intervention.
Divine, divine intervention that's working really well.
Yeah.
Well, we don't seem to have. Last time we had lots of questions from people, but this time we don't seem to have any questions. Is there? So I think we will wind up now. And would you like? Tell me if this is out of order. Would you like me to draw a card for you?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. Why not?
I don't know. It was just I just was there thinking, right? Okay, so tap into your heart, and we ask that the message that comes forth for Beth expand expand your horizons even wider.
Yes, definitely.
The card of confidence. It was
No,
taking
beautiful.
out the card of confidence.
Lovely.
Your confidence soars when you allow imperfection to be your friend. But my
Oh, definitely embrace my imperfections.
You do. That's what I was thinking. You actually do embrace your. You don't worry about any of that. What
No, I
I,
don't.
what I don't know. I'm just looking at the picture that they have, and I sense that there's this is just what I'm feeling. This belief, a belief in a stronger belief in you, in the confidence of the new work that you're going to bring to the world, and that people are going to say, "I'm just going to embrace it." It's just going to grow. That's that's just what I'm feeling.
Thank you, Susie. That's beautiful.
My pleasure.
Absolutely beautiful. I'd just like to leave our viewers and those that watch this now and in the future that 2020 is going to be a year of creative mastery where any seeds that sit within you that need to be planted for to bring into fruition dreams come true, that now is the time not to hold back.
Yeah.
Now is the time to plant those seeds, to nurture them, to grow them, no matter how insignificant you think that they are to the world. They're not, because you are a part of the collective consciousness that's elevating humanity. And everything that you do in honor of yourself is in honor for the greater good of all humanity. Honor that part of you. Embrace every aspect of who you are, because you're a divine blessing of light that is here to work congruently and in alignment with all of humanity. And every gift that we gift ourselves in our own truth of what is true for us gifts a vibrationally out to the universe. And that's how we elevate the consciousness of the world to a better place, to a more loving, caring, and safe environment. So don't ever question the seeds that are planted in your mind that come from your heart that you give to the world, because they are yours uniquely to give.
That is absolutely beautiful.
It's been a pleasure, Susie.
It's
All the
been
best for a
absolutely,
lovely, lovely Christmas and a happy, happy, happy 2020.
yeah.
And we'll be doing this in
We will
January again.
as I sign off here, just stay
Mm.
on for a minute, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So, okay. So, thank you everybody for being here. And what I'd love is for all the people who have watched who are now coming on the replay, just do hashtag replay. And if you have any comments or things, leave them there, because I will come back and read all the comments and reply to you as well. And
Yeah, and
we
if there's
will,
anything that I need to reply to through
I will
this
tag you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's
Yeah.
okay. And so we will be having a show next week. I'm not quite sure how that one's going to pan out. And then there will be our vision board guest, Joyce Schwartz, I believe, is coming on just before the new year. But we will be setting off 2020 on the 1st of January at 1 p.m. with Bobby. Will be
Oh,
the
lovely.
first show. I know for people in America it'll still be the 31st, but we have set the shows up there, and Beth and we've got some dates aligned, and you'll be seeing her again at the end of January. So thank you everybody for being here. Remember, be you, become abundant. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.